machine. Come on back down to their knees. No time to waste. Remind the slaves they ain't gonna make it out alive today. I said,
Don't look at what's in front of you.
It's time for SMF1.
If I push this button here that increases the temperature and then hold it down for a little while, there we go. Lovely, lovely. Smoke.
I got put away. No problem.
It's alright, mate. You can't park there, sir.
I'm all for a little joke. That is daylight robbery and I'm a victim.
Hello? Hello? Give me my
engine back.
this shit I'm out.
A few moments later.
Gotta deliver through these two corners here.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yes, the 13th. It's an improvement. Will it be by enough? He gets to 15th by 2 thousandths of a second.
The weak should quiver when a nice guy gets angry.
It is again for Oliver Bearman. Superb lap time under pressure. And talking of pressure, here's Yuki Tsunoda. He's 19th.
Hey, at least Yuki isn't in last. Right?
Sebastian Vettel and Pierre Gasly, what has happened? We need to know. He's 19th. Make that back to 20th.
Thank you very, very much for that. That was a very strong drive. Well done.
Baba Booey.
This is going to give Norris a tow. This is exactly what we were talking about.
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
Jump out of the way. You are not getting a tour, buddy.
For the last time, I don't look nothing like no damn tow truck.
Where does he go? Epic stuff, Fernando Alonso. He's gone to P5. Claire is happy with what he's done there, and he's out of the car.
Huh? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Piastri is extracting more time from the McLaren. Piastri trying to take away pole, and he does so. Woo! Yeah, baby. Verstappen takes away P3.
Dang. That's tough.
Hey, what's up, you filthy freaking animals? How's everyone doing? Alright, man. So we finally have completed the Man Cup, and we're on to the official 2025 Nations Cup. And this was the series that was absolutely ruined by the power outage. I missed half the rounds because I didn't have power. There was nothing I could do about it. But I did 3 of the rounds. So we're going to bring you the 3 rounds. I'm finally going to jump back into daily races. We got Laguna Seca this week. So I believe I'm going to jump into Daily Race C as well, possibly today on Monday, Tuesday, most likely, really depends. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to jump back into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, I review a race, typically. Sometimes I give you an intro and an outro, a little mini movie type thing. We're just on F1 right now, so we're sticking to it because it's in the season. But, I get a little creative with that. I always explode inputs at the end of the race, so I explode your radars, your throttle and brake inputs when it's necessary. I give you some cameras that are going to show you what's coming around the corner, what's happening behind us. We get through the linear edit of the video of the race, and then we do a race review at the end when it's all said and done. We look at bloopers, we look at some of the incidents that happened during the race and kind of review them, take a closer look at some of that stuff. And in the middle of all that, guys, I try to entertain as best as I can. So you found me. You found the best sim racing channel that's available on the internet.com, and you found me. So we're here. we got Spa, guys. All right, we got Spa. I just thank you all for coming. Press buttons. You know what to do. Spa, 22 laps. We're in Red Bull Racing competition cars, so we got a skill gap that is intense. We got 3 different tire compounds that are mandatory to use. So we have to use the softs, we have to use the mediums, and we have to use the hards. 22 laps. It's a long lap, even in the Red Bull competition car, guys. So some people were using the hards for 1 to 3, or for 2 or 3 laps, maybe 4 laps. I thought it was advantageous to do the hards for 1 lap, use the softs for 8 laps, and use the mediums for 13 laps. Is that math? Does that math? I'm not sure. Hold on. 13 plus 9 is 22. So yes, that is how math works. So with that said, I wasn't sure if my strategy was going to jive in this lobby with all these people or not. I didn't know if it was going to work, not work. I wasn't sure. This was my first attempt at the race, so I wasn't positive. I just knew that, some people, some of the higher top splits in GT1 League were doing a 1 lap hard strategy. Other people were doing it differently. It just really depends on what you were trying to do and how good you were on tire wear. With that said, man, let's get into this race. We're going to do a Nations Cup little musical intro, of course, because I got to get into the mood. I got to get in the mood and get ready to go. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do yet. I haven't even edited it yet, so I don't even know what's coming. But it's going to be fun. I'll see you guys on the other side of it, and we'll get through lap 1, and then we'll go from there, man. It's a strategy race. That's what this is. This is all on strategy. There's not a lot of overtakes. It's going to be pure strategy. What can I do? I started at the back, so I'm going to put the hards on for that first lap and get off them and just get that clean air and run as best I can, man. Thanks for being here, man. Let's get it.
Driving crooner, baby.
All right, guys. In this one, it really is all about strategy, man. I started P11, qualified P11. In these cars, I really don't like the risk of spinning. I do use traction control on level 2. This is one of the only cars, other than outside of rain conditions, that I will ever use the traction control. And I do like it around level 2 in this car. It does slow me down, for sure. It definitely slows me down, but it ensures that I am not going to dump my entire race. So lap 1 here, I did start on the hards. So, I'm on a little bit of a radical strategy not really radical, but I'm on a different strategy than everybody else in the race. My strategy is slightly different than everyone else. So I'm kind of in my own race here. I already lost the position going up the Kemmel Straight. To the guy behind me. I don't know if he was just on better tires or not, but there's only 2 or 3 of us that started on the racing hards. So I'm on the hards. My strategy is 1 lap on hards. So I'm not going to fight anybody through this. I'm trying to minimize my time loss as much as I possibly can. This race is about track position, not about, jockeying for position, not about overtakes, not about defending. That's not what these cars do, for the most part. Maybe high skill level people can do that, but this race is more about track position when strategy is so much involved. When they make us use all 3 rubber compounds like this on 22 laps, which is a significant race, they're going to really make you make smart decisions, and if you don't, you get punished severely. So there's another position there. Guy had a penalty. Remember, guys, race review at the end with bloopers. I'll show everything at the end. We're going to get through this as linear as possible and just show what went down. So this was the end of my lap 1. We got some yellow flags, some decent racing, and I'm right in the box, guys. I'm getting my 1 lap out of the way. Most people in this race seem to go for 2 or 3 laps on the hards. I was just doing a real strict 1. Now, you saw the fuel there. I had to top off. I need to go 13 laps on these mediums, and my fuel tank only showed 12.5. So I had to get a top off. It took me a couple extra seconds. But we'll wait till you see my fuel management in this race. My fuel management is brutal. So after that early pit stop, I'm 26 seconds behind the lead, and I'm 17 seconds behind the back of the pack. So I'm going to try to close that up as much as I can, but it's really more so people boxing and having their strategy go through. Here are 2 hard runners. They decided to go 2 laps on those hards. Let's see if that works out for them or if it works out for me. This race was really interesting. Even though there's not a lot of overtakes, I think it's very interesting just to show a strategy race where there's like, there really is no, there's not a lot of overtaking. There is some in the bloopers though. If you wait to the end in the race review, I'll show you some of the good stuff that happened and some of the bad stuff. But really, we get through there, we're just going to jump to the next lap, guys. There's really nothing to show you. There's not going to be any throttle and brake input, you know, explosions in this race where we're analyzing my trail braking. That's just not what this race is. All right, up in front of us, we got ourselves our first spinner where it's going to gain us a position. He just lost his mind. So we're going to come through here. We're going to get past him. We're already up to P11 from those 2 positions in the box. Now we're up to P10 with that guy on the side of the road. And we're just going to keep going, dude. We're running our own race. This is the definition of running your own race and not really having to concern yourself with really anybody else. There's no weather, nothing like that. So we're coming to the end of lap 5. We're still in P10. I'm starting to catch up to the back of this guy here, Mr. Lloyd. I believe he may have had a couple penalties. There was definitely some bashing about in this race that you'll see at the end, that's for sure. You know, so we're up to P9. There was a soft runner. He only went 6 laps on those softs. That's not enough. That's not enough. Unless he's going to extend the hards or extend the mediums, you know, that's not enough. So go forward here into the lap. We've got another spinner. It's going to gain us another position, which is just phenomenal. These cars spin, dude. These cars spin so easily. It's kind of crazy, dude. You can have the wheel completely straight. You could be going 140 miles an hour in 6th gear and spin the car. It's wild. So I just try to be extra careful with it. I'm pretty good on my throttle finesse, but not enough to not spin these freaking cars. Like, I can drive, I can do quali, I can do practice, I can do all that, but as soon as I'm next to other cars and I'm trying to like beat them to the corner and beat them out of the hole, I spin myself. This guy gets out of control, goes off the circuit, gets reset, gives me another position. Just a mistake he made. That's just phenomenal. So we're up to P7, dude. Lap 8. We're up to P7 after after a P11 start. We're up to P7. We're about halfway through the race at this point. So halfway through the race, I still have a little bit to go on these medium tires. So we're just trying to manage the tires. We're taking our time. We have another guy coming into the pit lane right here, getting off his mediums. Looks like he went 11 laps on mediums. Like I said, I'm going 13. These strategies are all radically different from each other. Whenever at Spa, I had the horrible start where I start at the chicane, and by the time I crossed the line, I was 5 seconds behind the leader already. So here we are at lap 12, coming through. We're in P6. We got 2 more guys on the medium runners coming in the box. Again, I believe they're coming in 1 lap early. Their strategy might work out. It could be better than mine. I don't know. We're going to find out, but those guys finished behind me. I'll ruin it now. So they made a mistake. So I almost got loose there. Luckily, I caught it. We're totally fine, dude. This is not really a video about my driving. More so, it's just about strategy. Okay, you see, guys, lap 13, I need to go to lap 14 because I already did 1 lap. I have exactly 1 lap of fuel left, and there's somebody in the pit lane, and I'm up to P4 already. So I have exactly 1 lap left, and I need to do 1 lap. So we're up to P3. We get past that guy. He went the correct amount. He went 13 laps on mediums. That was correct. He did the correct thing. That's just my opinion. So here we are at the end of the lap, coming through 0.1 laps left of fuel. I'm not even sure if it ticks over to 0 by the time we get in here. No, it doesn't. Okay. So now we're into the box. It's time to get the softs, but I'm completely out of fuel, and I have to refill, which takes quite a bit of time. I didn't even fast forward or anything for it because I wanted you to feel the pain of having to refill your gas tank for 8 laps. It is what it is. This is so brutal. What is it? Dude, it's a long time. Remember, we were P3 when we got into this pit lane. Let's see where we are when we come out, because this is our last stint, and it's on the best tire, it's on the fastest tire, it's on the softs, and let's just see if we can put in some decent laps, not make any mistakes. We were up to P3, and let's see what that brings us back to with a true race to the end. After I get the correct amount of fuel, and yes, that was the correct amount of fuel. You'll see at the end. So we come out P7. We have 8 laps to go on brand new soft tires. The fuel tank is totally topped off. I don't need to save fuel or anything like that. We came into the box with 0.1 laps of fuel left, and let's see what we come home with as well. So I'm just going to keep jumping forward because there's no interactions with other cars. I'm just being honest with you guys. So now we have a hard runner going into the pit lane. We're gonna get through here. Two of them, I'm sorry, there's 2. One medium runner and one hard runner coming into the box, and I'm immediately right back up to P5. So P5, we have 7 laps to go. After just 1 lap, we went from P7 back up to P5 because of the pit phase. Now we're coming home on lap 18. We have another guy on the medium runners, P3's into the box, and we're going to get by him as well, and we're going to go up to P4. You know, this type of race is just, for me, it's more about not spinning the car, not having collisions and incidents with other cars, and just being mindful of the skill gap and just absolutely nailing your strategy and not deviating from the strategy at all. So the guy behind me is quick, man. He's coming strong. My softs are about halfway worn out at this point. You know, we're approaching 3 laps to go as soon as we get to the finish line here, and this guy is just eating me up. We go through Blanchiment, and dude, he's coming. And he got close on brakes. Luckily, he didn't go for a dive. I was worried he was going to dive. I didn't defend in case he wanted to because I knew he was coming. But I'm a little bit slow coming out of here. He clearly has more traction than me, and he just drives right around me. I gave no defense whatsoever at all. I want no problems, no incidents. I just want him to get through. He was eating me up. Dude, he had, at the beginning of that lap, he was about 3 seconds behind me. By the end of the lap, he was inside of me. So that's that race pace we've been talking about, guys. I'm not going to hold that guy up. I'm not going to fight for that, even though it's at the end of the race. It's just, I'm not going to win that. I'm not going to win that. I'm going to waste my tires. I may let people from behind us catch me. It's just not worth it, guys. It's just not worth it. That guy is going to eat me up. If I go another lap, even if I can hold him for another lap, my tires are going to be even more dead. And yeah, maybe his tires will be dead too, and he won't be able to get the overtake done on me. But is it worth the risk of us having a collision and having this whole race be ruined? To me, absolutely not. So we're coming to the end here. We have the 2 leaders were kind of in a league of their own. They're down to 6 units and 3 units of fuel. They're on the softs, and I believe they're getting onto their hard tires for their 1 hard tire. So their big benefit was to get on the soft and medium tires first, not the hards, and go as fast as they possibly could to get away, and then box for the last lap on hards. We have another guy doing the same thing, but he just clearly didn't have the same pace as me or, you know, the rest of us, and he had to fall behind. So for a second here, I thought I was getting up into P3, but the other guy on hard tires was able to get out right in front of me, and my softs are smoked. If you see down there, dude, my softs are smoked. I was hoping with him coming out on hards, I may be able to get onto this podium if I was to push hard enough, but those soft tires were not going to allow me to push. I think I even jumped up to traction control 3 right here because I was just like, you know what, it's the last lap, I'm not gonna do it. In one of those clips, I went up to traction control 3 once these softs were getting worn. As you can see, there's only a sliver left. We're coming home P4 from P11 in some of the hardest cars to drive, and it was just the strategy, guys. That was just all strategy. There's nothing else I can say about it. In the end, I was only 9 seconds off the lead. And remember, on my weird rolling start, I was 5 seconds behind at the start, guys. So they beat me by 3 seconds. That was the difference. Let's get to the race review, man. There's more stuff to see in the race review than there was in the race. I promise you that. So let's check it out. This first one was just a nice wheel-to-wheel action with these guys. I thought they were as spare as they possibly could. They carried this all the way through here. They went all the way up Eau Rouge together. Unfortunately, one picks up a half-second penalty, but I thought they did this as well as you possibly could. As you saw how he broke the white line there on before the curb popped up there, or he would have been safe, but cutting that white line got him a half-second penalty. This is the view from behind them. And I don't know. I think they did as well as they could have possibly done in these cars. They're very twitchy. And another following through. These two guys touched going through that fast left, and he just came through like a bat out of hell. Good for him. But I think this one was the overtake. This was oh no, this is just a bloopers. Guys, I gotta get, man, what the fuck's wrong with me? Anyway, this was a wonky ass little moment there. I'm gonna show it again. He got a 4-second penalty for that. It was warranted. So this he's showing that he's going to defend. He moves back out to the outside line because they're a little bit far behind. He just makes a normal turn, and dude just comes flying through, shoves him through, twists his core, he gets all sideways everywhere, going everywhere, and dude, that's why he got the 4-second penalty. It was well deserved now that you see that. That's what happened to the guy that was hit. There's a lot of weird penalties in this one. This guy comes through here, man, and that was just, man, Mikey Mike, you should have held up and gave him the position on that, man. That, you totally destroyed him. This is another one that was real small. That was some small contact. 2-second penalty for that. That's, you know, it was weird, man. You gave enough contact. Look at it. Look at this. Oh my lord. The guy in the lead was super not happy, obviously, about that. He was gonna drive him straight into that wall. If he didn't lift and let him have that position. That was weird. This guy needed to go out to the left more. He was giving no room to the guy on the inside. The inside guy had nowhere to go. He's not going to vaporize. And I believe that was on the yellow car, turning towards that other car. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. So this is why you're careful whenever you take a major penalty on a racing line like that. That the guy took a 3-second penalty and was going a completely different speed than everyone else, and then moved over into the racing line and got absolutely blasted off the circuit with someone coming through at 190 miles an hour. You know, that happens. This is a weird moment here. Look at this. What, like, I don't know. Dude, I don't know what happened. He ended up getting reset. It was a weird one. These two guys, it was some decent racing, but there's some turning in here now. This guy, again, this was the old leader. He turns in right there on that guy. Look, he turns in on him again. And it's just like, dude, I'm sorry. I know these cars are fast twitch. There's a major skill gap. But, dude, you can't turn in on these cars. Like, it's just, it's tough. There was a little bit of contact from behind there. I think it was fair. It's just hard racing. These guys are coming through. I mean, this was the incident we just saw. You know, he gets turned in on. You know, it's just, you know, he's there. You know, he's there. You know what I mean? It's just, I know I really want to hear what people think about that type of thing. It's hard to kind of shift blame. That was the view from behind. It was just mayhem, man. Backing up if you want to see it again. I know it happened fast, but this is them. This is the view from behind with them guys, man. It was just, you know, dude, I don't know, man. It's a hard racing incident. I don't think there was anything malicious. This guy came through right after that huge accident, and he just went for a spin himself. Same guy, I believe. Just went a little bit wide. Broccoli got a little bit wide there, and you got to get off the throttle on that curve. That curve on that exit turn of whatever it is, turn 4, whatever it is. I don't know all the names of all the Spa turns. I know a good bit of them, but not all of them. This guy just gets a little bit loose here. Again, curbs are very dangerous, especially in this car. Look how dangerous these curbs are. Watch this. Wheel is completely straight, and watch him just make a right-hand turn in 4th gear. He is switching to 5th gear, and the car just said nope. It is what it is, man. A couple of these guys got absolutely insane. They just went flying into that wall sideways in the driver's door, going like 500,000 miles an hour. It was wild. This was one of the first spins of the race. Dude, he blew his tires off. He is still blowing the tires off. Dude, those are softs. You need those things to last, brother. What are you doing? Stop hitting the gas pedal. Stop hitting the gas pedal. What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, all right. So this guy, he just misses his braking. Nope. He comes through. Absolutely not. Go back. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I don't know, man. This was a while. Here's another one. What the fuck was that? Dude, I don't know. This was a wild race. I enjoyed it. I didn't know all this. Look, another 2-second penalty. I bet it's a 2-second penalty. Where is it at? Bang! There you go. They were little tiny moments, and it was just, that was me being a compliant little bitch and letting that guy through and relinquishing P4 to P5. But it was the right thing to do, man. I try to make the right decisions. It's just that simple. This guy, he just didn't want to race anymore, I don't think. Anyway, guys, that was fun, man. The very next round, I only have 2 more rounds of Nations Cup, and then I'm going to get right back into dailies and start giving you guys dailies each week and stuff. But, you know, I only have one other Red Bull competition car race, and I have the BMW race. I can't remember where. I'm gonna do the BMW race next, even though it's technically not next in line because there's only 2 more rounds anyway. So I'm not gonna do them in order. I thought this was round 1. It's actually round 2. But either way, dude, it was just fun. I just wanted to show you, even though there wasn't a whole lot of action in it, I still like to show you guys the World Series races in full, just to see how they go. A lot of times there's better racing in them, a little more action. I just wanted to show a race where it was just full strategy, dude. That was just all strategy. It had nothing to do with overtaking anyone. I'm very sensitive on the throttle on these cars. I have not mastered these cars without traction control yet. I don't drive them enough to really get used to it. And, you know, call me a bitch, call me whatever you want. I don't care. I turn on at least traction control 1 or 2 in the dry in these cars, even on soft tires, man. I just got to do what I got to do. All right, man. We're going to see the Max meltdown here in the second part of the outro, where Max lost his mind and attacked King George. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one, man. Thanks for watching.
Baba Booey.
One car, Lance Stroll, has already withdrawn. And the Spanish Grand Prix is underway.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I'm here. I'm fast as
Piastri is gone. Max Verstappen is going to roar around Lando Norris and take second place.
Meanwhile,
obviously my goal is not to go out and make enemies of anybody. I'm not trying to cause any issues or anything like that, but at the same time I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to win, and that's what I'm focused on.
Lawson has a little touch as well, I think.
Back where you started, Weiji.
Man, the Alpha Tauri is such an idiot. They raced me so hard.
And it's Piastri, Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton and Russell. Hold on a minute, Fernando Alonso.
Chimpanzini Cappuccini, El Barista de Monkenjucci.
Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out. Wants to get through, but instead he's left himself vulnerable to Hulkenberg. Give that.
Okay, we are cooked. Yep, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
Antonelli, and through goes Hulkenberg. But I'm not done yet. All in there as he looks for a wide side. I don't believe him.
a few moments later. One eternity later.
Oh, contact again. Liam Lawson with more of it.
I want to say, man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
Down the inside goes Daniel Ricciardo.
What?
Behind you! Look!
Oh my God!
Miami's daily traffic.
There's cars all over the road.
I can't compete! I just can't compete! Can you get the out of my face?
A few moments later.
Yellow flag out. Oh, off the road goes Kimi Antonelli.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Did he get a penalty for what he did?
He did not get a penalty.
Okay. I will put him in the wall next time.
Gabi, let's focus on what we can control.
Yeah, that engine is a telltale sign that it's not a mistake.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Full safety car has been deployed. And Verstappen comes into the pit lane. Back to green flag racing.
What the hell?
Made ahead of Verstappen, nearly drops it. Charles Leclerc goes through.
Can you let Russell through, please? let Russell through.
What? Opposite head.
Do you know what? What I might do is I might smash into somebody just to make me feel better.
Oh, contact! Max Verstappen!
Anything is not going his way, he lashes out with unnecessary anger and borderline violence.
Say, hold up, wait a minute.
And that just put me offline and put me onto the wet stuff, and in perfectly dry conditions on a very not ordinary circuit, it's dangerous.
From my point of view, obviously, I stopped for the...
To the grass, the wet grass, of course.
Well, he believes that it was Valtteri's fault.
I got the slipstream, I pulled out and just...
What is your but wait? It gets worse story.
We had later determined that we would take no further action in relation to that incident. Oh my God,
so they
the
didn't even need to
stewards
do it.
Admit that they were not going to give any penalty.
Red Bull, what have you done?
Meanwhile...
And he's going through to the inside to take P6!
It was our time to party big.
Piastri, who wins his 5th Grand Prix of the year. Piastri takes the Spanish Grand Prix. It's a McLaren 1-2.
Run! It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla!